Hey everyone, I hope you're good, and once again welcome back to my new video, everyone. Welcome back to my new video. So in today's video I'm going to talk about one quote which is very famous in India, or especially in friends, okay? And the quote is, you are the average of five people with whom you surround, with whom you hang out of your most of your time, okay? So this is the quote which famous in India, or especially in friends, okay? So let's deep dive in this quote. Why is that, and why uh, people are believing this thing? Of course, I also believe that thing. If you are hanging out with the drugs, with those person who takes drugs on a every day, and you are hanging out, you are talking with them every day, you are doing everything with them, so you will be also get influenced by that person, by that group. No doubt, there is no doubt that you will not get influenced. Of course you will get influenced, but that doesn't mean that the person will also start following that. Influencing is different thing, and following on that influence is different thing, okay? Please understand this thing. If I get influenced by the successful people, that I want to become also that, like that person, and becoming that kind of a person, I need to take some kind of a action, okay? So that doesn't mean that I will take action. Of course, in negative scenario it is very easy to take action. Let's suppose that if you are hanging out with those person, again take for same example, drugs or drug scope. So taking drugs is very sorry, not necessary, it's very easy in comparison to taking action on good habits, okay? I know, I'm not denying that, okay? I'm not even saying that taking action on good habits, it's very very easy. No, it's very very difficult. That's why successful people are very rare in this world, or the average people are everywhere. If you see around you, okay, you will find everywhere handsome and beautiful people. You will be seen by everybody in everywhere, okay? But rare and successful people, means successful people or good people will not seen. You will not see these people rarely, okay? You will not see everywhere. This will only available in the very high value meetings, very high value kind of a stuff, okay? So yeah, so this is what happens. Yeah. So whenever anybody is saying this thing, do not hang out with that person, that person is very bad, that person takes alcohol, that person takes drugs, whatever kind of a substance, whatever kind of a substance he is taking, which is not good as per the law, which is not good as per the body also, do not hang out with that person. And now you are hanging out with that person after knowing all of these things. So that doesn't mean that you will also start doing the exact thing. Yeah, until and unless you are not that much mature, until and unless you are not that much understandable person, okay? Because see, in in 10 scenario, out of 10 scenario, 6 to 7% people will get indulged with that kind of a same thing which his friend is doing, but 1 to 2 people will not do, okay? This is, I'm sure, and because I'm also kind of that person. I hang out with my friends, they do some kind of a negative things which I don't follow in my life. To be honest, you can ask to them, they will always deny that Sonu doesn't follow this thing, Sonu doesn't take this thing in his life, and he didn't take this thing in his life, in his entire life, okay? So if I can do this thing, so anybody can do this thing, okay? There is no rocket science which I'm following right now. If your friends is doing any kind of a negative thing, any kind of a substance, if your friends are taking any kind of a substance, and you are getting influenced by them, okay, you are also thinking that I should also take it, I should also take chance of, I should also take one chance in my life to get try that thing, how it feels, how it works, okay? Whatever kind of a feeling you are getting after uh, in contraction of that form, you will also get this kind of feeling. Absolutely true, I also understand this thing, because whenever you get into this kind of a that get into touch with this kind of a thing, so you also the triggers, that is called triggers, okay? Whenever your mind gets triggers by these things, so you get dopamine, okay? You want craving, not dopamine, you want crave, you want to crave for that thing. If until unless you haven't tried, then your mind will not crave too much. Of course your mind will say, of course, let's try that thing, let's do for the one time, okay? This, your mind will say this kind of things, okay? But just saying, just for just for trying, just for getting first experience for trying that thing, you will start doing that thing, and then that will become your habit, your multiple times you will do multiple times, and then multiple times will become your habit, and now you will do every day. Okay, this is the first scenario which happens in majority of cases. Okay, in majority of cases. So but that doesn't mean that this happens every time with everybody. If I am the person who doesn't follow this kind of a thing, so of course there will be some people who who also doesn't follow this kind of a thing, who doesn't also like to do in his or her life. Okay, so this is the life, bro. Do not, yeah, in if you're talking about in majority of cases, then I would agree with your statement. Majority of people get influenced by friends, and they end up doing that same thing which his or her friends were doing in the past and still doing in his or her life. Still people do this thing, still people does this thing. Okay, people do, sorry, people do in his or her life. So I'm not denying that thing. Okay, but if you're saying everybody is doing that thing, everybody does this thing, then that is a problem. Okay, then that is a real problem with you guys. Everybody doesn't do that. Okay, majority of people do that, and out of majority there will be some percentage of people who doesn't follow this kind of a thing. Of course there will be some percentage of people who doesn't follow, who doesn't like to do this thing, who doesn't want to do this thing in his or her life. So this is what I'm trying to understand you, this is what I'm trying to make you understand about these kind of things, that these kind of people also exist in this fucking world. Okay, getting my words? Absolutely, it is making sense. You have to understand this thing. Whether are you getting my point or not, I'm not sure about that thing, but please understand this thing. If you're saying that I want to become IS officer, and becoming IS officer I will hang out with those person whose aim is also like me, then you will start preparing, you will start studying, you will start doing everything. This is not going to happen. Okay, in rare cases. Okay, and this will not happen in rare cases, but in majority of cases this will start happening with other person. If your friend is studying, that person will influence you. Okay, you should also study. If your friend is doing exercise, focusing on his or her fitness or diet, you will also start focusing on that thing. Okay, so this is what will happen. I'm not saying that that doesn't work. The you will not you do not get influenced by your friends. That is bullshit thing. You get influenced by your friends. Whatever your friends are doing, you will get influenced by that person. No matter whether you influence too much or where you influence little much or in a moderate level, that doesn't matter. But you will get influenced by that person. Okay, or by your friend. So the moral of story is that you have brain, you have chat gpt, you have AI tools. Okay, you have so many people on internet. Whenever something is happening in your life, or whenever something wrong is going on in your life, just google it. Just try to listen some podcast, just try to listen some kind of a career page which is available on YouTube, from so many authentic pages. Okay, there are so many people are coming and telling their journey, telling their life experiences after experiencing in a real life. So please learn from them. Okay, please learn and implement. Okay, do not just keep learning and keep learning and keep watching only video. That will not work in your life. But no matter how much you watched videos from so many people, from so many great people who has built empire, it doesn't work, it will not going to work. Okay, until and unless you start working on those information which you have just listened from that fucking video. Okay, if you can't if you can't take action on those informations, then how you will work, or you will keep changing. Okay, you will start changing in yourself. Okay, if you can't change yourself, then I don't think so you will become any person. You will become like you for the rest of your life. You cannot change your life, and your life will not change until and unless you don't start changing your life. Okay, you don't start changing your life, because the moment you start thinking that I want to change your mind, I want to change my life, then everything changes. Okay, everything changes. It is just a snap of it is just a finger of a snap that you have to just think about for changing your life, and rest of thing will become your secondary thing. In priority, you have to just think, you just have to make your mind. Okay, that you have to change your life, you have to just build something big in your life, and then everything becomes very easy. Trust me, guys. I know I haven't achieved so many things in my life, but Whatever I have achieved, I'm telling you on the basis of those things. It is just a matter of your mindset and just a matter of hard work. That's it. Nothing else is stopping you from not getting your goal and not becoming successful in your life. Okay, it is just your mindset and hard work. That's it. That's the fucking thing which is stopping you from not getting these kind of things in your real life. Okay, if you understood anything from this video, so please let me know in the comment box. I will see you in the next video. Till then, keep learning and keep exploring your life.